So first we have to define business ethics in order for us to be able to answer this question. So business ethics is actually a form of applied ethics that examines ethical principles and moral or ethical problems that arises in a business environment. Likewise, it is also a set of guidelines for acceptable behavior by organization in both their strategy and day-to-day operations. Upon understanding what business ethics is, we'll now move on to the diagram over here. As seen in this pyramid, at the base, we actually have the economic responsibilities, which is the responsibility of each company to actually generate profits for their company. Moving up the second level, we have the legal responsibilities, which are actually responsibilities that each company has to obey when in the midst of their operation. And above that, we have ethical responsibilities. So what we can see over here is that a company might be obeying the law and performing their legal responsibilities. However, what they are doing might be unethical. Thus, based on this diagram, our group has actually come up with a conclusion that yes, unethical behaviors of corporations can still be legal. Okay, so upon answering this question, we'll move on to a discussion question for the class on the recent case of Toyota. So, as seen in this article, we can actually see that Toyota is actually facing this problem of their accelerator pedal that seems to actually be stuck in this depressed position when drivers are actually on the road. So what Toyota has done is actually that they have actually came out with this accelerator pedal that actually they would cater to all the models of their vehicle without doing a test drive. So in a way, this actually puts the consumer's life at danger and at risk. So what we would like to ask the class is this act of Toyota actually ethical or unethical? So you may post your answers on the discussion board, and our group will then come up with a conclusion and summarize all of your answers. So to answer this question, we'll now show you a video on the recent case of Toyota, and please take note of the details in the video, and that might help in your answers.
As dealerships began installing the part Toyota says will remedy its pedal problems, the government and the automaker deepened their disagreement on the scope and cause of the malfunction and added to customer confusion in the process. First, at a congressional hearing, the Transportation Secretary bluntly told anyone who owns a Toyota,
stop driving it, take it to the Toyota dealer because they believe they have the fix for it.
But minutes later, he backtracked.
What I said in there was obviously a misstatement. What I meant to say, and what I thought I said was, if you own one of these cars, or if you're in doubt, take it to the dealer, and they're going to fix it.
Toyota raced to acknowledge LaHood's clarification, but worried customers were already flooding Toyota switchboards.
Did you buy the vehicle here with us?
So it creates a lot of confusion, and it's a real issue because I think consumers have some legitimate concerns and need straight answers.
Like the one from service manager Brian Koster of Grossinger Toyota in Chicago.
Are you confident that this little guy here is going to fix the problem?
100%. Toyota's confident in the repair, and so is the government.
Called a shim, this stainless steel reinforcement is supposed to eliminate friction that Toyota says is causing its pedals to stick. Floor mats jammed under the pedal is a second cause. But government statistics point to a third, the onboard electronics. In 2002, Toyota switched from a mechanical system linking the driver's foot pedal to the engine and replaced it with a system using electronic signals governed by computer sensors and microprocessors. But almost immediately, complaints of sudden unexplained acceleration in Toyotas increased, nearly quadrupling in its best-selling Camry, and now there's word of mounting complaints about faulty brakes, run by electronics as well, in the new Prius, and unexplained acceleration in Toyota's Tacoma pickup. Two congressional committees and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration are looking at the electronics issue, even though Toyota insists it's not a problem.
Now, Secretary LaHood says his department will continue to hold Toyota's feet to the fire. It's a point he intends to make in a conversation with the chairman of Toyota in the next couple of days. Katie?
Dean Reynolds reporting from Chicago tonight. Thanks, Dean.
Okay, so do you think what Toyota did was ethical?
I think what they did was ethical because based on their principle of self-interest, they have done so as to reduce costs and have more cost savings. And this is, in a way, they wanted to do the same accelerator pedals for all their models. So in a way, it can help them to save costs. So I think based on this principle and their intention to save costs, right, it is ethical for them to do so.
Okay, so based on the situation of Toyota, do you think what they have done was ethical or unethical?
Based on utilitarianism, I think that what Toyota has done is unethical because by doing so, it is putting the lives of its users and the road users at risk. So even though by doing so they can maximize their profits, but the welfare of these people are not taken into consideration. Therefore, their welfare is not improved.
Okay, so do you think what Toyota did was ethical?
In my point of view, I felt that the manufacturers should put themselves in the shoes of the consumers, and they should be aware of the risk that they will put the consumers at if they were to produce inappropriate produce cars of inappropriate safety measures. And therefore, in my opinion, what Toyota has done should be considered as disregard for the consumers, and therefore it's unethical.
Okay, so upon answering upon posting answers on discussion board, our group will now proceed on to what we feel and what our group actually came out and decided on whether what Toyota has done is ethical or unethical. So basically, we have separated our answers and used the principles that we have learned and applied it in terms of to this case and separated in terms to whether it's ethical or unethical. So based on the principle of utilitarianism, what we feel that what Toyota is doing will actually put the consumer's life at danger, and thus this actually does not bring about the greatest benefit to all the parties that will be affected. Therefore, we will deem it as unethical. Likewise, based on the principle of deontology, we feel that consumers do actually have their own absolute rights to purchase cars that are actually safe and fit for usage. So once again, we'll deem it as unethical. However, on the other hand, we could look at it in the company's perspective. From the company's perspective, based on the principle of egoism, this will actually contribute to the company's self-interest of cost savings. Thus, to them, this might be deemed as ethical. So upon applying the principles and weighing, what our group feels that overall in this case, what Toyota has done is actually unethical. So with this additional question, we'll wrap up our presentation, and that's the end of it. Thank you.
Thank you.